I'm live. I'm live. I'm live. Hello. I just made it, y'all. I just made it. Happy Friday. I've literally you've got me in what is this called? Microfiber? Is that it? The microfiber scrunchie thing that's like supposed to be a towel and help get all the dampness out of your hair. Like that's the status of where I'm at right now because I just got out of the shower. Oh, I don't know, 15 minutes ago, if that. But hello, welcome to the weekly weigh-in. Oh my goodness, this feels so normal. It feels so good to be back at just like a regularly scheduled weekly live stream, and it feels good. Happy Friday. Do, 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 do. I'm settling in with a cup of coffee, and all my tiny humans are off doing their quiet time. This time of day is actually great for me. Yay! I love that. 12:30 actually works great for me too, because it actually. Rosie, hi, good to see you. Happy Friday. It actually encouraged me to keep the momentum going in my day, which was great. I was up here for a while doing some like behind the scenes on YouTube stuff. I was supposed to upload a video for scheduling tomorrow, and I don't think I actually hit the upload button. Y'all, tomorrow is Gracie's like big time debut on my channel. I know she's like been in vlogs, but like this video is all about her, which is super, super fun. And I thought a great way to kick off the weekend. But for now, or so I did that. And then I went downstairs and did shoulder day because this whole revamping of my fitness schedule has helped me so much. Has helped me so much. Hello, hello, welcome. Because shoulder day is the day that I'm not going to skip. I love shoulder day, as you guys know, for what, like, because they're the strongest muscles on my body, probably. Like, that's probably why I like them because when I lift shoulders regularly, I see results in my shoulders easier than in other places. My entire life, I have cheated with my shoulders. For those of you that don't know, I do have a chronic disability, and my arms and my legs are very weak compared to a non-disabled human. And but my shoulders, because my arms are so weak, I always cheated with my shoulders, and I always cheat with my shoulders. So my shoulders have always been muscles that I have favored. So moving shoulder day to Friday and putting leg day, the day that I always shirk on, is that the right word? The day that I always choose to skip, putting that on Monday has made me show up every single day. And it feels so good. I love it. Um, First time watching. 30 minutes later would actually be better for me. I'm eating my lunch, salmon bulgur with lentils and veggies topped with Primal Kitchen Caesar. Well, that sounds good. I'm debating when to post my next video. I got a little ahead and then took my foot off the gas. I need to film some more stuff before this weekend is wicked, but this weekend is wicked busy. Hello, hello. Yeah, I did the batching thing before we left for the holidays and everything, and then I have been filming just like a couple of videos a week because I'm doing what I eat vlogs now. So every week I film a vlog, and I just kind of I don't know. I'm still trying to work out the whole schedule thing, and because like batching it all at once is a little bit more difficult for me because a lot of the stuff that people want to see are not things that I can necessarily batch. I like doing sit down videos and things like that, but like any weight loss update has to be kind of in real time. I can't batch my Brianna's bookshelf right away because I have to finish the month before I can, things like that. But, I'll probably post my next video sometime between. You've been posting videos? Did I know that? I don't even know if I knew that. Anyway, we are here to talk about the week in weight loss. And weight loss, fat loss, whatever you want to call it, they are different, but they are the same. I'm thinking of filming a Costco haul. Do it, Rosie. Costco hauls are awesome. And I'm always looking for ideas too. I was thinking about how I should go to Costco at some point in the near future and just see what's around and get some good things. But because I'm in a use it up month, and I already went to Sam's Club to get things that like I needed, I don't really think I can justify a Costco run just yet. But I am going to Target after this. After this. Oh, thank you. Shows you where my brain is at. Yep. Okay. Haha. Yeah, definitely do it, Rosie. I'm avoiding Costco just for now because use it up challenge, right? So I'm trying to use up what we have. But I'm going to, hi Marie, good to see you. I am going to Target as soon as I'm done here and getting what I need for the week. Which I can't decide. My husband requested and I seconded. I think I'm going to make the Emily Bites creamy chicken soup for the third time in like the last, I don't know, month and a half. If that, like, we are big fans of that soup. Big fans, huge fans of that soup. Which reminds me, I need to put that wild rice on the thing because y'all are here. So you're going to watch me update my grocery list in real time. What else do I need from the grocery store, guys? Uncle Ben's wild rice. That's the one that they specifically use because it comes with like a seasoning packet. And the seasoning packet is what gives most of the seasoning to the actual soup. But this soup is bomb.com. And what I have done is I have undieted it. And guys, it is thick. It is delicious. It is so fulfilling. And all I did, I followed the recipe exactly how it is, except instead of fat-free half and half, I use full fat half and half. And instead of light butter, I use regular butter. Amazing, right? Um, and it's so good. It is so good. Oh, so that's what I'm going to be making this week for sure. And then cod. My husband also requested cod, so we're going to have some nice, good wild caught cod. And I'm excited. I'm excited because all of these things help me stay on track. Y'all, are you ready? Are you ready for my weigh-in? That is just from Monday to today. Monday to today. What app did you use in your last video as a to-do list? Literally the reminders app on my iPhone. The reminders app that comes with every iPhone is what I use. And this, like, we actually have shopping lists for Sam's Club, Target, and a regular grocery store that we share. So my husband can update it and I can update it. And so whoever runs to the store can always look at the list and be like, oh, these are the things we need. So we have a synced up list for groceries and things like that. But it's just the reminders app. And it's funny because so many people have asked me about that app. And because I'm a paper planner, people assume that I don't use digital planning products. And I really do because this thing is with me all the time. And what is it telling me? Oh, it's telling me to play something, but there's nothing playing. But the apps that are built in on your phone are so helpful. So helpful. Trying to figure out how to get some of my videos from my old channel off of YouTube. You log in and you delete them. That's all. But anyway, so from Monday, things that have changed this week. This week, my coach had me carb cycling. Carb cycling, for those of you that don't know, is where you take your total weekly allotted amount of carbohydrates and you redistribute them. So you get, depending on what your carb cycling distribution is, you either have a 6-1 carb cycle or a 5-2 carb cycle most commonly. There are exceptions to this that are on personal cases, but those are the two most common types of carb cycle. I'm on a 6-1 carb cycle, which means 6 days of the week I have lower carb. And then the 7th day, I get all of those carbs back. So what that means calorically is 6 days a week, my calories are lower than they were when we started. So we started me at 1851, right? That was my macros for the first 2 weeks of fat loss phase. This week I got down to 1799 as my calories for my low carb days. And I'm actually going to pull up my tracker sheet so I can give you specific numbers here. Let me see. Week 2, where's week 3? 1799. So with carb cycling, your fat and your protein stay the same. Carbs are the only thing that change in the macro distribution. So I've went from like 154 carbs down to 141 carbs every day, right? And so that dropped me about 50 calories. And then all of those 50 calories from the 6 days a week get pitched back onto my high carb day. And my high carb day, I get to eat 2159 and 231 carbs. 231 carbs. This is the joy of carb cycling. Carb cycling essentially within reason, because you're technically only supposed to cycle carbs, right? So it's not just like, let me eat a whole ton of extra fat, because that's not what we're cycling. We're cycling carbs. But it basically built in an alcoholic beverage. It builds in a night out. This is Valentine's Day weekend, so we're gonna have a date night. Like, that thing is built into my plan now, which is awesome because I have basically maintenance calories. My maintenance calories are around 2,200, and my high carb day is like 2,150. So I have a maintenance day built in, um, which is awesome. Good idea to spit it out and make it available to E. You're wanting to send them first. I don't have the login information. Oh, that does pose a problem. Nope, nobody needs to see my attempted starting a YouTube weight loss channel from 13 years ago. Hi, Brianna, from your home state, windy, Minnesota. What is going on in Minnesota today? Holy moly. The wind has been roaring, like, so much so that we got like a little weather advisory that's like, temperatures are dropping really quickly. Beware of icy roads because of it. And the wind is roaring like we're in the freaking Wizard of Oz and the Twister's coming. And it makes me really not want to go to Target, but I don't have a choice. Today has to be Target day because I've put it off. Thanks to Hungry Root, I haven't had to go to Target in like over a week. So I don't have a choice. But what is with the wind? My gosh. Thank you for all your great YouTube videos. You're such an inspiration, encourager, and motivation for others. Thank you so much, Janie. That's really, really sweet. So, you guys want to hear what my weight loss is? My magic weight loss? Y'all, since Monday, I'm down 1.8. 1.8. I don't even know how that happened. I literally, and a lot of it happened in the last 2 days. Like, yesterday I was down a pound, and then today I was down a little bit more or something like that. Like, the dramatic leap on the scale happened Wednesday to Thursday. Wednesday to Thursday, I lost a whole pound. And then I lost, oh, maybe it was 1.8 total. Yeah. And then I lost another 0.6 from yesterday to today. And I literally, when I got on the scale yesterday and I saw the number, I was like, what? So we are talking pounds and not inches. Yes, I did take a quick measurement and kind of look at things. I don't have an accurate number for you, but I did acknowledge that my waist and my love handles both moved down into the next inch lower. So I don't know if it was a full inch or if it was like half an inch that knocked me down, but all of those numbers have changed as well in a good way, in a positive way, which is amazing. Amazing. But I literally got on the scale yesterday and I was like, surely that's not right. And I got off and I got back on and I got the same number. I was like, huh. And then I thought for sure, surely I wasn't going to have a loss again today because I actually ended up eating a little bit higher on Tuesday. Like, the carb cycle adjustment has been, I don't want to say hard for me, but it has been a little bit alarming for me. And I very quickly, because I got so used to eating carbs, that even if I'm not in a dramatically low number, I've started to have to make sacrificial choices. Oh, if I want carbs for dinner, I have to be lower carb at lunch. Oh, I ate carbs for breakfast, therefore I need to slash my serving of carbs at dinner. Like, that kind of stuff has started to happen to me now because it's just taking me an adjustment because it's my first week carb cycling. So I went over a little bit. I went over by like 100 calories one day and like 50 another, like, not astronomical numbers, but based on how I've been slowly losing and spiking and losing in 1851 mode, dropping 1.8 in 5 days caused my jaw to fall to the floor. I was like, what? So I actually messaged my coach this morning and I was like, so I have to celebrate the fact that I am down 1.8 since Monday because I know that number is going to go right back up. And how I know is, hi, Kim, good to see you. And the reason I know is that tomorrow is high carb day. So that means that I'm going to be eating more carbs. And what happens when we eat more carbohydrates, my friends? We retain more water, which makes the scale go up. So I wanted to don't fewer carbs. Marie nailed it. Encourage water loss, part of how keto works. Yes. But here's the thing. Compared to what I have been eating, y'all. The first 2 weeks I was at 154 carbs. This shows you how not perfect on plan I am. I was supposed to be at 140 carbs for my low carbs day. My carbs were as follows: 161, 158, 140, 142. So the first 2 days of the week, I did not hit that goal. And I actually went over my original goal too, because apparently I didn't handle the adjustment well. So I had like, it's not a dramatic loss in carbohydrates. It's not a dramatic loss. It's not like I went from 150 to 70, but like it was just the tiniest bit, and I don't even know. I don't know how it happened, but 1.8 in 5 days, and today is still a low carb day, so we'll see what the scale says tomorrow, but I am feeling like even though the scale isn't the primary goal here, it feels really good, and it's very encouraging, and it is very motivating, and this is the thing that I say again and again and again. You can't wait for motivation to start. You have to take action and then you will see progress, and that is what will motivate you, right? And that's exactly what happened to me. I have been very good about keeping my head down, not letting the scale discourage me, all of those things, and just doing what I'm supposed to be doing for the most part. And lo and behold, I was rewarded. And that reward is what made me want to go, I want to keep I want to keep doing this. I want to keep going. I want to be on my best behavior today. Maybe I'll figure out how to actually eat 141 carbohydrates today. Like, it's just that little fire that you get from having the results because you had the discipline to do it. That is where I'm at this week, and it feels so good. It felt so good. But I am also fully mentally prepared for the possibility of that number spiking way back up. And next Friday, there's a very real possibility that I tell you there's no loss, or that I tell you that there was a gain, because not only will I be doing my first high carb day on Saturday, so I have to see how my body responds to that, because my body should spike, and then we'll have to see if it hangs on to that spike or if it chooses to let go easily. That's what we will have to see. And then that's not the app I was trying to open. By next Friday, I will be 2 days out from when my period's supposed to start, which means I also will be fighting with the hormonal implications of PMS. Not to say that that's going to cause me to eat more food. It might. We'll see. I'm going to do my best to just keep myself feeling full and sustained on the high protein and pick high fiber carbs, things like that. But sometimes the weight gain from PMS is inevitable, right? Sometimes it's inevitable. And so between that and the high carb day, we'll see where my body lands. We'll see. But for now, for this week, I feel like I have the victory, and it makes me feel really good, because I wasn't expecting to have a 1.8 loss to show for, another week or two or three, like compounding over my point 0.4 and my 0.2 and my 0.8 and my, like, compounding, and have a cumulative of almost 2 pounds down. And I have more than that, and it makes me so stinking happy. So stinking happy. It's so nice. Um, so that's the update, y'all. I lost 1.8 in the last 5 days, eating 1,800 calories. That's the kicker here. And that's the thing. And again, only time will tell how effective this is for sure. It's only week 3, but I am out here to prove to you that you can do it on real food, dessert every day, and not overly restricted calories. Not overly restricted calories. We don't need 1,200 calorie diets anymore. There is a few small portion of grown adults that might apply to. And even then, actually, as a 1,200 or 1,300 calorie diet, no. As a 1,200 or 1,300 BMR, which is the number that you should be hanging out above, right? That might be the case for the older population and the lighter population. I was messing around with the calculator just to kind of get a general idea. And for the 5'5" female, you had to be in like your mid 50s and weigh in the low 120s to even clock a 1,200 BMR. And like that was like 1,250. So it's the little subsect of people where lower calorie diets like that make sense. Small portion of the population are the smaller humans. You're right, Lindsay. You're right. It's the small portion of the populations. Yes, you either have to be really short, a little bit up there in age, and really tiny, guys, in order to hit a BMR that's that low. And so for most of us, that's not the case. For most of us, that is not the case. And I'm proving it. 1,800 calories, down 1.8 pounds in 5 days. Will it continue like this? Lord willing, but no. I know better. I know better than to expect that to be the case continually. But come on. My grandma was right at 5 foot and barely 8. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I want to run her BMR just to see because adorable. How tall did you say she was? 5 feet and 80 pounds. 5 foot, 0 inches, 80 pounds. And how old should we put her at? Give me an age, Lindsay, because she will likely prove my point. Okay, so just for kicks, I plugged in 80 years old. Her BMR is 909. So Lindsay's grandma can have a 1,200 calorie diet. But do you understand like that, how that extreme right there? 5 foot, 80 pounds. That's what it takes to be able to eat 1,100, 1,200, 1,300 calories. That's what it takes. She was probably 70 when she was at her strongest. Okay, let me dock her the 10 years then. 70. 979. So she's still, so like even at, you would not be striving for, oh wait, that was 5.5, 50. Let me confirm. No, 956. Yep. So 80 pounds, y'all. 80 pounds. So that kind of proves my point. Thank you, Lindsay. You don't need the low-cal diets. You don't need the low-cal diets. And it feels good. It feels really good because I'm energized and I'm mostly satisfied. I'm a little bit frustrated that I've had to, play Tetris with my macros a little bit more frequently than I did in week 1 and 2, but that's fine. I'll learn. And I just have to be a little bit more conscious about what I'm eating and planning ahead because I plan ahead my protein. I always do that. So with the exception of today, because I'm not exactly sure what I'm having for dinner tonight, but I usually go in and I'll be like, oh, I'm going to have this. I'll throw in my protein shake and I kind of work out where my protein is because protein has been my priority. And because of that, I don't necessarily plan the carbs right away too. And so the carbs are what kind of turn around and I go, oh shoot, I'm out of carbs. So I've been under eating on fat because I've ended up under on or over on carbs and like, oh gosh, it's a learning curve. Your girl who has clients of her own is not perfect with the tracking and the figuring it out. It does take learning, y'all. And it takes an adjustment, and that's okay. Did you all see my video, my vlog from yesterday, where I relearned the hard lesson of always check your scanned items? Because I got hit real hard with that this week when I had been tracking these bagels that I got from Hungry Root. Nothing special about them. Sprouted bagels, great, delicious, fluffy feeling, like fluffy, soft, good bagels. Been eating them all week. Scanned the packaging, did a real quick glance. Okay, 200 calories, blah, blah, blah. And I've been tracking the scanned version for 4/5 of the package, 80% of the package. And my numbers hadn't been matching up because you know how there can be a discrepancy with like diet food and fiber and things like that and the actual total calories. And so when you put things into the tracker that my clients and myself use, you just put in your macros and it auto populates the calories. So sometimes those calories and the calories you see in your app are off. Mine had been a lot, there had been bigger discrepancy than normal. And so I finally decided to go and figure out what the heck was going on. And I all the food I've been eating, I've been cheese, vegetables, meat, uh, pre-done food like my Sandwich Brothers things that I know the tracking information's right. The only wild card was the bagel. But I'm like, well, that's dumb. They're not even diet bagels. What's going on? And so I clicked on the thing and I looked at the nutrition information that it had been tracking. And instead of 1.5 grams of fat, which is what was in the bagel, it was tracking it as 15 grams of fat. I had been cheating myself out of 13 grams of fat for like 4 days, which could, in theory, also be part of the reason that the weight went down because I'd been cheating myself out of calories I didn't know I had. But I resolved that issue and had been re-eating those calories since like Tuesday. So it was just, I was reminded that even the most seasoned trackers among us can still not do it thoroughly enough and pay for it. So always, if you're scanning your items, always, always, always check the nutrition information that comes up because it may not be accurate. And she couldn't go out on a windy day or she'd end up in the next county over. Seriously. Seriously. Your grandma could not be out in Minnesota weather today. That is for sure. Which is interesting when you consider the BMI was never meant to be a measurement of health. Yeah, it was statistical evidence. So yeah, that's where I'm at. Down 1.8. The measurements are changing. I'm feeling really good. Tomorrow is my first high carb day. So we will see what the scale does, how the scale reacts. And I'll obviously be tracking that over the next couple days to see what happens. And yeah, I'm excited. So does anybody have any questions or things they want to discuss before we go? Because we have 4 minutes left and then I have to go to Target. I haven't been inside Target for more than a couple of minutes in weeks. But I did not place pickup order. I actually have to go in and do my grocery shopping today. Being overweight just meant you were above the average weight of the population of white men. Yep. That's why the BMI is baloney. Remember, the BMI had me, and when I was at my skinniest and looked anorexic, like in my shoulders and in my arms and all that, I was in the middle of my BMR range. I could have lost another 15 pounds and still been considered at a healthy weight. And that would not have been healthy at all. Our Target is wicked small, not worth the shop there in our neck of the woods. Yeah, the only reason I shop at Target regularly is because we have a super Target and it is 5 minutes away. It's wonderful. And the super Target has a fully functioning grocery store, like not just the regular stuff with like here's the one little refrigerated section that carries, one choice of every type of refrigerated item, but we have like a legitimate produce section and we have a bakery and we have a deli and we have all the things we can need. We even have in-house made sushi, which is freaking awesome. So yeah, that's the only reason I regularly use Target is because we actually have a good one. And when we lived in North Carolina, I also did my grocery shopping at Target because we had a super there. When we moved back home to Illinois, the only Target that was close by was not a super Target. So I never did grocery shopping there. I always went to Walmart, Sam's Club, our local Mariano's, things like that, because it just wasn't worth it to go to Target unless you were going for something fun, but you didn't go for food. I like the idea of low days and high days allows for treat days without the guilt. Yeah, it's one of the reasons that carb cycling is so successful. Because if you do the math, my macros are the same mathematically as the first 2 weeks. They're just redistributed. So at the end of the week, if I hit my macros perfectly week 1 and I hit my macros perfectly on carb cycling week, the numbers would be equal. So it's not that the deficit over the whole week has changed. The deficit day to day is sorry, I'm distracted by people throwing numbers out there. The deficit day to day is a little different, but week over week, it's the same. So I'm still technically eating 1850, but day to day, it's 1800, 1799, and then 2160. So at my smallest, I was still at the top end of the range for my height on BMI. Treat meal, not days. Yeah. Yeah, treat meal is more like it. So like for this weekend, I still have to be mindful. I still have to be very mindful because it'll be very easy to still go over. But I think we're gonna order pizza. And I think, I mean, I know somehow, some way there's gonna be a dessert. I'm gonna have cake or something. I don't know. I don't know. And I don't know if I'm in control of it. My husband has had a Target bag in the fridge that he has said, do not look in this Target bag for like a week now. And I did remind him it was in there. I was like, this bag is still in there. Is there something perishable in it that like, should we be concerned that it's been in there for a week? And he's like, no, it's fine. Don't worry about it. It's for Saturday. I'm like, okay. I don't know if he has dessert planned or if I have to plan a dessert. I don't know. But I'm gonna have dessert this week, like a good dessert. Not that my desserts haven't been good. I've been eating shortbread cookies or Lindor truffles or huge chocolate, but I'm talking cake, y'all. um, Growing up with super targets made moving away from them quite the culture shock. Yeah, for sure. And I grew up with not a super target, so when I got one in North Carolina, I was like, "This is the most magical place on earth." Um, I was at the top end of my smallest and still wanted to lose another 20 to 30 pounds. Average woman and average woman is 5'4" and 140 pounds. Yeah, probably. I don't know what the average is anymore. Doesn't sound right, but I have no sources. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. But all that to say, I love shortbread. Me too. That was my last cookie jar restock. Was Target's in-house brand favorite day, which I have not had a single favorite day item that I have not liked. They're all very, very good. But they had shortbread. Their cookies were 20% off on Target Circle. So I was like, I'm gonna get cookies. And they had heart-shaped shortbread cookies. So I bought the red velvet ones, naturally. And I bought the regular ones, and then I bought chocolate dipped circles. And they were all so good. And they were in the house for a week before my husband even realized they were there. He's like, "What are you talking about?" I'm like, "Have a cookie." He's like, "We don't have any cookies." I'm like, "Have you looked in the cookie jar?" I've been eating cookies every day. He goes, "No, we have cookies." He had no idea because he doesn't think to look in like the cookie jar. um, According to an article I just saw, it was 170 pounds on average for women over 20. Okay. Okay. Yeah. So there we have it, friends. All right. That's the weekly weigh-in. Down 1.8, down half an inch on my waist, maybe more, but I didn't like record the number, so I don't have an accurate number to tell you. We will see what the next week brings. I won't have official. Oh, did I tell you guys that I did in the vlog? Total loss over the first 2 weeks of my diet was only 0.4 pounds, but 3.3 inches off of my body total, which is, so good. So I feel really good about this. I feel really good about where this is going. I feel not deprived in any sense of the word. I feel like I'm fueling my body for optimal lifestyle, and it's good. So have a wonderful weekend. At 20, that's a BMR of 1600 plus. Oh, yeah, for sure. For sure. What's the average height? 5'4"-ish. Okay, I'm catching up. 5'4"-ish. 5'4", 170 pounds. Let's even do like 35 years old. 35 years old, that is 1530. So even then, you wouldn't want to go under like 1650 minimum for calories. 1650 bare minimum. So food for thought, ladies and gentlemen. Eat your food, nourish your bodies, have a dessert. And happy Valentine's Day. I know Valentine's Day is not till Monday, but most people are probably celebrating over the weekend. I know we are, because Monday, my husband will be working and that'll be that. So I'll talk to you all later. Have a wonderful, wonderful weekend, and thanks for hanging out.